Now we're mid-trade, and as you can see, we're at a $20 unrealized profit right now. Oh, and you can see in real time, it's coming down right now. It's coming around right now. What you're watching right now is the public free version of my liquidation heat map crypto scalping strategy. I know once you've seen the power of this tool, you'll understand why it's worth the $5 investment to unlock the full training. So think of this video as your first taste of what's possible when you start making scalps with real data instead of guesswork. You're going to get some background on the liquidation heat map, discussion about the pointless nature of lagging indicators like RSI and MACD, and fresh ideas about how my strategy works, and also see me do a live scalp using only the liquidation heat map and a high leverage XRP trade. To see the full unedited private version, where I dive in deep for 40 minutes on what to do, scan the QR code on screen to my USDT wallet, send me 5 USDT as a tip, then email me a screenshot of your transfer, and I'll reply with the link to the full unedited 40-minute version. And that's it. So thanks, guys. Enjoy the free version. If you've ever felt like the market moves against you the second you enter a trade, you're not crazy. It's because you're trading blind. And that's exactly what the liquidation heat map fixes. This tool is like night vision for traders, okay? So once you understand it, you'll never see the market the same way again. So what is the liquidation heat map exactly? Well, it's a live visual tracker showing you exactly where trades are getting liquidated in real time. It's a heat-based chart that highlights hot and cold liquidity zones across the market. The hotter the zone, the more money, liquidity, is sitting there waiting to be wiped out. And cold zones, it's barely any liquidity, all right? So think of it like this. Every trader sets a stop loss, right? Every leveraged position has a liquidation price. These are not secrets. They are visible to the market makers, whales, and yes, of course, you and me too. And if you have the right tools, you can see this. The liquidation heat map collects this data and turns it into an easy to read heat display. You've got the bright yellow spots for the heavy liquidity and the blue, black, dark spots for the little to no liquidity. Okay. Now, why does this matter? The dirty truth is whales and exchanges hunt this liquidity. They move the market to trigger stop losses, which is usually your stop loss, and your liquidations, and every other retailer's liquidation, or even major players' liquidations, usually people that don't know what they're doing, because that's where they collect the money. And if a huge block of traders has their liquidation price at a certain level, you better believe the market will try to get there and take it. And once you see these levels on a liquidation heat map, you can predict where the price is pretty well likely to go. It's not based on guesswork, but rather on real trade positions. And current trade positions, open trade positions. These are things that are happening right now. This is not a lag. This is not lagging. This is not in the past. This is now, okay? So when I scalp, I pull up the liquidation heat map before I even think about pressing buy or sell. It's the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I check this. That's going to tell me pretty much very fast where things are heading right now. And I find the hottest zones close to the current price. And if there's a big block of liquidity sitting above, I'll look for a long opportunity to ride the market into that zone. And if it's sitting below, I'll position for a short. And the goal is simple: trade in the direction of the money hunt. So it's like it's no longer emotional. It's not like, oh, it's going up, it's going up. And even if, I don't know, on my Twitter feed, my X feed, my YouTube feed in the morning when I wake up, if I'm checking those things and someone's telling me we're in a bull market, we're in a bear market, things are going to the moon, things are crashing, I just don't pay attention. It's all irrelevant. It's all noise, and I wouldn't advise anybody to pay attention to that, because that's just people shouting at the screen, at their screens, trying to get viewers on YouTube. They're just trying to get clicks. It's just clickbait stuff. It's not real. So there's no clickbaiting here with a liquidation heat map. It's the actual real thing. It's the real deal. This is what is really going on, and it's the only thing to pay attention to. Now, the most important thing to do is you got to combine the liquidation heat map with news, okay? Because if big liquidity lines up with breaking news or major economic events, that move can hit even faster. And sometimes it can even just accelerate a move straight through a blue area or a black area where there's no liquidity at all. Other times it can reverse and just dump and push through again like a completely blank area where you can see clearly that there's no liquidity. This is why I said in my publicly available YouTube videos that the first step and most important step is to be up to speed with the news. You have to know what's going on in the world. You have to pay attention. That is the only way you can prepare yourself for real trading. So make sure you're aware of what's happening in the world. Make sure you're completely up to date, like 100% up to date with the news. You want to be getting live feeds in your news when you're making trades. Have it playing in the background, have it live on your phone or on your computer or on a second screen or on an iPad. Just make sure you've got live news within your vicinity while you're trading. Combine that with this strategy that I'm teaching you now, and you're going to be in probably the strongest position you've ever been in as a trader. Now, the liquidation heat map isn't magic. It's logic. It's not guessing. It's not hoping. It's not a lagging indicator either. It's reading where the money is and riding the same wave the big players are on. Okay. So if you're tired of losing, getting stopped out, getting liquidated, start watching where those guys are aiming. Okay. So with this liquidation heat map, you see the gameplay before they make their move. And that's how you scalp smart. So in this course, I'll show you exactly how I pair this tool with my entry and exit strategy to pull profits in minutes. I'll do it live to prove my point. And once you understand it, you'll realize the market isn't random, it's calculated. And now you'll have the calculator in your hands, okay? Okay, so in your exchange, you've got all your options here for a futures trade. So we're definitely using futures for this kind of scalping strategy. I'm always working with a $50 trade, and then I work in multiples of tenths. So if I feel like I want to make a really big move, I'll turn that into a $500 trade. And I'm on MEXC. It's an exchange that I really like for this strategy for one reason, and one reason only, is that it allows you to do a really huge leverage trade on XRP. So I've always got it set to 150x, so 150x on a $50 scalp. You can go all the way up to 300. I don't do that because there's almost no room for error. If I take a 300x on a $50 scalp, the market just needs to move a quarter of a cent, half a cent in the wrong direction, and you'll get liquidated straight away. Whereas my 150x is high risk, but it's not as risky as the 300x. And MEXC is one of the few exchanges that allows you to trade with this amount of leverage. So the reason why we use the liquidation heat map is to make sure that our entry point when we get into the market is at the right position, so that we know that we're not going to get liquidated. And this is trading sort of 101. You never buy or sell at tops or bottoms in the wrong direction. So for example, if you're going to take a short trade, if the market's down here, you don't open the short position here, right? You wait for it to bounce back, then you open the short. So you want to open a short when the market has gone up slightly, and then it's going to come down again, okay? And you know this based on the liquidation heat map. So you can see where it's going to go up and then come back down. So you can see it's coming up for some liquidity, and then it's going to come back down. All right. So that's always what you want to do. You always want to be in the position of opening a short at a top, and you want to open a long at a bottom. So when you get to the market gets to the bottom here or here, you then open the long position. Okay. So it's going up. A lot of people get very impulsive and emotional. Fear of missing out, the whole FOMO idea, which is true. I'm guilty of it. And I'm sure you can relate. We have all been there. You see, these big candles coming down, and then boom, you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna collapse. It's all gonna collapse, and you open a short here, and then bang, the market moves in the opposite direction, and that's when you lose. Okay, and the people that do that are not watching a liquidation heat map, because at this point here, liquidity is being taken. Right? If you took a long here, you're wiped out here. Okay. So that huge rebound comes from that liquidity grab, okay? So that's why it skyrockets back there, and that's what you want to do. You want to set yourself up in a position just like a whale, okay? And that's what they do. They use this map. They use this liquidity heat map. They know that for example, right now what's happening is that a lot of long traders, people that probably took a long position here, or some who even are still surviving, took a long here or a long here, are going to get wiped out in this region. So they've got their limit orders open. The whales, the exchanges, they've got their limit orders open for this region. They're gonna take your cash, and they're gonna buy XRP at a cheaper rate, and they're gonna send it back up. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So I decided to open my trade on Pionex for this example. I had $50 in here ready to go. Pionex gives me a maximum of a 75x trade, so I'm going to make half the amount of money that I'm going to make on MEXC, but I've also got more room for error. So if I'm not confident that the market's going to go down immediately, I've got more room for error with it going up. So my liquidation level, this is why I like Pionex. Pionex shows you the liquidation level as a line here. It's not just written down here. It's actually up here, so I can see it on the chart. And it's really helpful just as a visual aid. A lot of exchanges don't offer that, but I like the way Pionex does that. Now I've got a isolated margin. I've got a 75x leverage trade. So in total, I've got 1,138 XRP or 3,698 USDT. And I'm currently in a slight loss because I took my short position right here. And as you can see, it came down and then it went back up slightly. So I'm waiting for it to come back down. I'm pretty confident that it is. And this is why I came to Pionex, because I wanted to quickly do this trade as an example for this video. I didn't want to lose the position. I could have waited if I wasn't in a hurry. If I wasn't making this video, I would probably sit and wait a little bit, but I'm not too bothered by where it's going right now because I believe it's coming down. Yeah, so if I was on MEXC taking the 150x leverage, this is my liquidation point here, about $3.589, which is very high risk. As you can see, this is what I like to do typically to make quick money. But alternatively, if I'm not in such a hurry and I'm more relaxed, this is the way I do it. Is I take the 75x on Pionex when I'm in a more relaxed position, and I believe that the market's gonna go down a little bit further. When I believe that market's only going to move a couple of cents, like if it's only going to take a short position from here to here, let's say, which is 2 or 3 cents, that's when I jump over to MEXC and I take the 150x leverage, because I'm going to make around about $40 to $50 on that 2 to 3 cent move, maybe even about $60. This move, where I believe it's going to go from $3.24 down to, let's see, it's going to go down to about $3.20, maybe about $3.19. Let's zoom into the 12-hour. It's going to go down to $3.17-ish. Yeah, that's my preferred move for this kind of trade. Now we're mid-trade, and as you can see, we're at a $20 unrealized profit right now, as the market definitely did come down in our favor. So we've come past my entry point, which is good. We're heading in the right direction. And this is the point where I think a lot of traders get scared, have some fear because they don't know when to exit the trade. Is it going to keep going down, or is it going to bounce back up? And my answer to that is look at the heat map, because we can see that there is still quite a bit of room to the downside. We're coming in. Since we've opened this trade, we've taken out this liquidity here. We are almost guaranteed to take out this amount here. So we have another 2 cents of XRP basically. So if you're ever having that fear of where to exit the trade, basically you want to look at the heat map. Oh, and you can see in real time it's coming down right now. It's coming around right now. It's coming fast. So, okay, this is interesting. This is happening in real time. It bounced. It got down there to 321. I think we've got another half a cent to 1 cent to go. I've got a $35 profit. Look, here we go. Here we go. Watch. I'm going to hit 320. Come on, it's got another cent. Come on, here we go. I'm going to exit. $40 profit. Look at that. Let's have a look. There we go. $40 profit. So I'm really happy with that. And look, you can even see right now the market is bouncing back up, because that's what my feeling was. My feeling was that the whales were going to put their long orders in here. And, it's a weekend, it's slow. That's a small amount of liquidity in the grand scheme of things. That's really minor money, but that's how this works. That's how this scalping strategy works. So it's really simple. It's really straightforward. You don't need to like sit here for hours and draw fucking trend lines everywhere, support and resistance zones. You've got your liquidation heat map. It's right there. You can see everything. It gives you all the details you need. I entered the position here, pretty close to the top. And then, of course, it came down because we could see that that's where the liquidity buildup was. Now, if you're like in for some like fun and games and really advanced kind of stuff, you could then open a long position right now. I'm not going to. It's a weekend. I want to go out and do stuff. I've got family to catch up with, and I'm living a happy, stress-free life. And I just made $40, so I've got my lunch money. Very happy with that. And as you can see, guys, this is what this scalping strategy is all about. You can never predict exact tops and exact bottoms, but the liquidation heat map gives you a really good idea of where it is. Wow, look at that! It's dropping fast. This is awesome. See, now I'm not disappointed in this at all because I made my money, but actually, before I made the trade, I was telling you that I had a feeling it was going to come down to this gap right here, and that's exactly where it just hit at 316, didn't it? Let's see, 316. That's exactly where it hit. So you could, if you wanted to, you could stay in and survive all the way through that. I would have actually made probably double my money, maybe about $80. But a win is a win. Never ever be disappointed with a win. I made $40. Very happy with that. I think this was a good scalp, and I am not disappointed in that at all. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see all this happen in real time. As you can see, this is no bullshit. This is the real deal. I am not mucking around here. And as I said in my free YouTube videos, this is not snake oil or fairy dust. This is it. This is real. This is what the whales do. Just do what they do. Don't go and buy some stupid course that takes you weeks and weeks to learn and study and drawing up and buying, and particularly buying custom indicators from people. Lagging indicators. A lagging indicator will never work for you, no matter what somebody says to you. Don't believe them at all. A lagging indicator, like an RSI, a MACD, anybody's customized indicators that you're going to buy and install on your trading view will never work for you. Do not buy it. You're being sold snake oil. It's crap. It's just people trying to earn money. They're trying to steal from you. Do not take it. This is a honest, straight up, very simple way of making a scalp. And I think XRP over the long term is going all the way up here. You can see it's not like, you have these YouTubers and Twitter and X people telling you, oh, XRP is going to the moon and all that kind of crap. It's going to $11. It's going to $4, whatever. They're not looking at this map. They're not studying that. They're putting Fibonacci retracement graphs on their trading view. That tells you nothing. It's just because it's Fibonacci says something doesn't mean it's true, because the Fibonacci doesn't show you where the money is. This liquidation heat map shows you where the money exactly is. It's exactly here. If you wanted to open a long-term trade in a long position on XRP, now is a really good entry. It's $3.16. There's a good chance over the next week, maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's going to take this liquidity here at $3.39 and then eventually get all the way up here to $3.66. It's almost guaranteed that it's going to go up there. You can see that that's where the buildup is. There is buildup below. It's not as strong as the buildup above. And in the long term, this is the liquidity that gets taken. Okay. Now, when a bear market eventually takes place, when the entire market is collapsing, not just XRP, but the entire market is collapsing, these are the levels to look at down here. Okay, so if there's really bad sentiment in the economic news, Trump goes and adds more unnecessary tariffs to everybody. The U.S. economy is failing. Then you're going to start looking at these zones down here at $2.90 and $2.70. And that's where you're going to start taking short positions, okay? So again, guys, I can't stress it enough. Stay up to date with the economic news, because that's how you know if things are going up or things are going down. And then you use the liquidation heat map to confirm it. Okay. And then you can make your trades, either long term or scalp. Scalps, like I do. I work with the 12-hour time frame. And yeah, I think we're making some pretty good progress here today. So yeah, I would then go and kick my feet up, have a nice relaxing weekend, and jump back into more scalping throughout the week. And I'm going to be looking at these zones up here to see how the liquidity is building. It'd be interesting to see, we take a screenshot of this today. We know how much liquidity we've got here at 328, all the way up to 330. And then on Monday, I'm going to check and see how much liquidity is built up there and how much liquidity is built up here down below too. And then I can compare and see if I want to make a long trade or a short trade. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for taking part in my my crypto scalping strategy. If this free breakdown already has your brain ticking with ideas, imagine what you'll take away from the full uncut version. In the paid video, I show you my exact entry and exit triggers and how I use the liquidation heat map to nail 8 out of 10 scalps. It's just 5 USDT, the cost of coffee, right? And it could completely change how you see the market. Now scan the QR code to send me 5 USDT from your wallet, watch the full video, take notes, and start trading with the same edge that the market makers use every day. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please. It'd be really beneficial to me and to you to watch this channel grow, because it is new. It's my latest channel, and yeah, I'd like to see it take off and hopefully provide more value, not selling bullshit to the regular guys out there, the regular people. I think everybody can benefit from shared knowledge like this. All right. Thank you, team. See ya. Bye.